I'm Josh Barbara.
And I'm Jimmie Clark, and welcome to The Nest.
This is a new sports talk show where we'll sit down with coaches and members of our high school sports teams.
Today we'll be talking with head football coach Matt McKinnon and later the captains of the football team.
Coach McKinnon, as a first-year coach, so far, what has been your biggest challenge for you?
You know, the biggest challenge going in as, a head coach is now you have control of all parts of the program, from grades to freshman level, junior varsity level, coordinating the sides of the ball, all that organization stuff. So, it's added on to the responsibilities that I had. So taking on those new challenges, I would say be those items right there.
Mm-hmm. How much do you love the support from the community at every game? How does it feel to have that support from the community?
Well, the community's great. Like I said earlier, a couple weeks ago, it starts with the youth level, and the parents there buying into the system and working its way up to the high school players, to the coaching staff, to administration, and everybody that's involved. The crowds are phenomenal. I have a lot of coaches that we play tell us, it's tough to go play at Wethersfield. It's tough to go play down in, in the Bowl Stadium, they call it. So it's great with the community. The kids love it. It gets them all pumped up. It gets all of us ready to go, and it's a great part of, coaching here and being here.
Mm-hmm. Well, in your eyes, what is the biggest, most important game coming up? We already know you guys have played Daniel Hand, which a lot of people said was your biggest game.
Biggest game, I'll sound cliche here, but we got to take it week by week. We have Bristol Eastern coming off the bye week next week. They've been running the ball very well. It's another challenge for us. It's a divisional game. We'll be ready to go from there to set up our month of November, which is going to be a battle.
All right, cool. Well, thank you, Coach, for coming on to the show.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
We'll be right back after this important message with the captains of the football team.
No ID, no entry. No entry, no class. No class, no notes. No notes, no studying. No studying, failure. Failure, no diploma. No diploma, no work. No work, no money. No money, no ice cream. Don't be that guy. Bring your ID.
Well, it is captain's questions time, and captains, what is the biggest responsibility that comes with being a captain of the team, and what is it like being leaders of the team?
It's a lot of added stress. You have the stress of, practice every day and games and stuff, but when you become a captain, there's so many little things that you don't realize when you're a junior and a sophomore about just, little issues in the team, the little things. They just become so much more, they are a bigger part of the game for, you as a captain, and it's a bigger responsibility, and you don't realize it when you're just a junior or underclassman on the team.
What's your favorite part about being on this team and our town's sports community?
I think the biggest thing is just us being role models to everyone either not on the team, younger than us, and just seeing us play. I think that's a huge thing to us.
All right, well, this is your senior year, your final year playing high school football, and what is your biggest goal before this season ends?
Our biggest goal this year is try to make the state playoffs this year, try to win each game, rest of the way out, and just get to the playoffs.
Win games, man.
Yeah. And you guys have been playing great so far,
Yeah,
so great job there.
It's been a phenomenal season to watch.
Yeah.
So what are some personal goals for yourselves? So I guess that each of you could just go down the line here and say some personal goals.
Personal goal for me is try to be a leader on and off the field. For me, it's not only football, it's all around. Wherever I go, I try to be a leader. I want to have the best season I've had since being on the team, and
Goals for me too: be a leader on and off the field, represent myself for the town and the community, and as a teammate, and just try to be the best player I can.
Yeah, similar to them. I don't want to just be looked at as, oh, I'm a football player, I'm a senior, whatever. I'm a good football player. I want to be looked at as, hey, I'm a good person, I'm a good student, I'm a good athlete. I don't want to be looked at for more than just being a football player, and that's what I strive to do.
Exactly. And finally, what are you going to miss the most about this community, the sports community?
The family, the teammates,
Yeah.
teammates, man. It's a huge thing. It's not just that they're on our team. It's that it's a family. We see them every single day, mostly, and we play with them, and it's just we're family.
We're together basically every day, all day. Like, especially during the summer, while everyone has the summer off from school, we're at least 3 days a week, depending on if we have camp and stuff. We're with these kids 10 plus hours, like, basically every week. So it's like you're with them, you go through everything with them.
It's huge.
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys for coming on the show.
Of course.
And great luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Well, we thank the football team for joining us here for our first ever interview on The Nest. But right about now, we're going to transition into some more major sports. And starting first, Josh, we got the World Series coming up. I've been making some predictions in my own time. And I myself have picked quite a strange series. I got Washington, which is good. Washington winning the NL, for me, was just priceless without Harper.
Oh, my.
We've got... then I picked actually New York over Houston, but right now they've been, don't mind if I do, but they've been choking, and they're down 3-1 to Houston. I say New York, I say Washington has it in 6.
Okay, so for me, I'm definitely saying right now, it's going to be Houston, and it's going to be Washington. Washington has just been on a roll lately without Bryce Harper. I mean, like, it's crazy. This guy signed $330 million, if I'm correct here, and he did nothing. The Phillies missed the playoffs. So, it just without Bryce Harper, they're playing even better than they were. And for my birthday, I was actually at a Nationals game, and they played great there. It's just that they played the Braves. So there's that.
Well, I know that a lot of people in the baseball community were actually saying that without Bryce Harper, the last year with Harper was going to be Washington's last chance to win a series. And some fun facts for the baseball fanatics out there. The last time Washington even made the NLCS, they weren't in Washington. They were the Montreal Expos.
That is correct.
And, I think when Washington is this good, Washington is fantastic.
Exactly.
And I would love to see Washington bring home the Commissioner's Trophy, just like the Red Sox did just a year ago.
And for me, something that's definitely crazy right now is the Yankees. And because, everyone's like, oh my God, they're this big powerhouse now, And like they have these amazing players. But then when you see it, the Astros are still the Astros. They still have amazing players, including George Springer, who is from Connecticut.
And he's actually cousins with, a student who I used to go with. I actually met him out in elementary school. But also, to add on to Houston having big players, they've got Justin Verlander. They have aces on the mound that can shut down the big powerhouse hitters of New York, and it'll make the playoff series a nightmare.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. You got to think right now. Houston has Justin Verlander. They got Zach Greinke in a deal that came out of nowhere during the trade deadline, and then I have Garrett Cole. 3 ace pitchers that know what they're doing. And I think that's just it's insane how good they are, and that's why they're up 3-1 right now. But hey, we've seen 3-1 leads get blown before.
I mean, as a Red Sox fan, there's 3-0 leads that have been blown. 2004.
Exactly.
But when you're a team like Houston, I'm sorry, I've been talking about Washington for the past 5 minutes. When you're a team like Houston, and you've got ace pitchers on the mound, you've got sluggers at the plate. It's no contest when you're looking at a team where their main power comes from guys like Aaron Judge, guys that can only know how to hit the long ball. There's really no contest when it comes down to facing ace pitchers. And I mean, people go to these playoff series to see these matchups between pitcher and the slugger. And you love to see whenever someone hits a home run or someone gets a clutch strikeout in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah. So for me, with the Yankees, it's either most of their team is either you hit a home run or you strike out. And you know what? It tends to go like that, and that's what happens. And, for right now, I think, football's in season. We should get into some football, making some predictions right now.
Well, I know what recently happened. Kansas City is very hurt right now. Kansas City's pretty hurt. But they still managed to actually win a game, which happened, I believe, this Thursday. They beat Denver big time with an injured Pat Mahomes, who actually came out of that game.
Mm-hmm. So for right now, just a couple notable games. Monday Night Football, Patriots, Jets. What a surprise. I'm taking the Patriots in this one.
Yeah, there's really no surprise. Tom Brady taking on guys. People hyped up the Jets. They've got big time names in the off season, and so far 1-4 just isn't able to cut it.
And then you can see me wearing it right now. I'm a Giants fan, so I'm Giants Cardinals. I'm gonna take the Giants in this one. Supposedly they're gonna have Evan Ingram back. They're gonna have Saquon Barkley back, and then Danny Dimes, man. He knows what to do. Everyone was kind of like, hey man, this guy's not gonna be good. Why did they take him at the 6th seed or 6th spot in the draft? Well, now we know.
Well, as currently we're running out of time, so I'm gonna let Josh here wrap this one up.
Thank you for everyone who tuned in to this first show of The Nest. But until next time, I'm Josh Barbara.
And I'm Jimmie Clark.